Welcome to the AJ Awesome Show, a show about my favorite things. My name is AJ and my special guest for this episode is Effy. I hope you like the show! Why did you decide to become a wrestler?
I decided to become a wrestler because I saw all the guys doing it on TV and thought they must have been doing it since they were kids, and I'm an adult. There's no way I can do it. The only way to find out is to try, so I started training to become a wrestler when I was 23 years old.
What advice would you give a new wrestler?
The biggest advice I would give a new wrestler is probably pretty simple, but it's keep your ears open and listen to everyone. But it doesn't mean that you have to take all of their advice. Just take the good advice. There's a lot of wrestlers who are going to give you bad advice, and figuring out what's the good advice and what's the bad advice will always be the what actually makes you a good wrestler. Don't listen to everything, but listen to it. Just use the good stuff.
What is the proudest moment of your career?
The proudest moment of my career was getting to hang toe-to-toe with Nick Gage in Chicago. I got to main event the show during StarCast weekend. It was a very intense match, but I got to show that I could go with somebody who was a very intense wrestler in Nick Gage.
What is the best starter Pokemon and why?
Oh, this is good. The best one, because every part of me wants to say Squirtle, but I know it's Charmander. Charmander's actually the best starter Pokemon. Charmander's red, and here's the secret to Pokemon people won't tell you. Every time you're given an option, pick the red thing. Pokemon makes the red stuff better. Red team, red Pokemon, red candies. Red is the Pokemon color. You got to go with the red.
For me, I would have to say Trico. I really like Trico.
Trico's hard to catch. I just started playing Pokemon Go, and I always find myself, I can't catch the Tricos. They're tricky, and you got to be careful to catch the Tricos.
If you could wrestle anybody in the world, who would you pick?
I would pick Dusty Rhodes, who has passed away a few years ago, but made a big difference in a lot of the NXT character work. But when he was a wrestler, he was just a big man who could make anybody look like a bad guy and make himself look like he was the toughest guy in the business. So I would want to come in and be a bad guy and work against Dusty Rhodes.
If you could choose to have one superpower, what would it be?
Oh, it would definitely be invisibility, because sometimes when you're going somewhere, you're walking somewhere, people stop you. If you see me at a wrestling show, there's no way I can leave the wrestling show without talking to 200 people. So if I could just go invisible for 1 second just to get to my car, it would probably save me 2 hours at every show. But I do like saying hey to everyone. It's just sometimes you got to get away. You got to get to the flight. You got to get home. And just to be able to disappear for a few seconds and not have anyone know who I am so I could slip through, that would be great.
Yeah, for me, it's a tie between invisibility and super strength.
Oh.
Because invisibility, you can just turn invisible and do whatever you want, pretty much.
Yeah, but with the super strength, I'd get a little worried that I'd be too strong.
True. Like, imagine giving a hug to somebody and then accidentally touching them and launching them across outer space.
I know. Or what if you tried to climb a tree, but you were so strong that the tree just got pulled down on you because you were so strong? I don't know.
What is the best thing about being a wrestler?
The best thing about being a wrestler is that I know how tough I am. So if I ever did in public find myself in a position and someone punched me in the face, I know I could take at least like 10 punches to the face before I'm really in trouble. It's made me very tough, and it's made it to where I don't take threats as seriously. So if somebody says, oh, well, you're this or you're that, or you're not cool or you're not fun, I don't worry about it anymore because in wrestling, sometimes people boo me, sometimes people cheer me. It doesn't bother me. And if you punched me in the face, I could probably handle it. So it's the toughness, it makes you tough all over and you don't get bothered by people, the little people who try to tear you down. It doesn't bother you as much anymore.
What is your favorite Disney movie?
My favorite Disney movie is Coco, which I guess is a Disney Pixar movie, but I love Coco. I like all the songs. And I like the little rat dog too, I think is adorable.
That one's really good, but I would say WALL-E or The Lion King.
WALL-E is intense. That's an intense movie, AJ. It wouldn't scare you being in space like that?
True. Because just imagine being far away from the Earth and just having robots do everything for you.
I know. Just floating through space.
Humans are evolving so quick that would probably happen one day.
One day, but hopefully we're not as lazy. Hopefully we can operate the ship and the robots are just like nice friends. We don't have to rely on them,
Would you ever wrestle a kid again since Izzy beat you?
I did get beat by a kid, yes. Here's why I wouldn't wrestle a kid again, because she's super tough and she put up with it. But a lot of people were mean to her after she wrestled me. So the only reason I wouldn't wrestle a kid again is because I don't want them to get messed with by all these boring adults who don't know how to wrestle correctly. I didn't want her to have to take the hatred from it, but she became stronger because of it. And now she's a wrestler in Florida, a high school wrestler, and she's beating up all the boys. So they wouldn't let her be a wrestler here with me. So now she's a MMA wrestler and she's beating everybody up.
I would want to wrestle you.
You think? But see, what if I lose again? Then I've lost to 2 kids.
I'll go easy on you.
Okay, that's fair. If you'll go easy on me, I might do it. But you can't tell if I lose again. What if I lose?
You lose. Who is Effy and why should my viewers get to know you?
Effy is a bit of a thorn, right? So in wrestling, everything is supposed to be a certain way. And Effy is the little thorn that pokes you if you're not doing what you're supposed to. There's a lot of talented wrestlers out there who don't ever get the chance to be in the spotlight because of who they are. And hopefully someone like Effy can open that door for them and say, hey, you're welcome here too, no matter who you are, no matter who you love, no matter what you believe in, you're welcome in this world too. And hopefully when I'm gone, they'll look back and say, hey, he tried his best to make sure everybody could come into wrestling and at least give it a shot before they got turned away.
That's the end. Thanks for the interview.
Thank you, AJ. I had a blast with you, Ann.
Video
Air
high five.
Boom! We did it! I heard it over here. That was great. It really is the AJ Awesome Show.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of the AJ Awesome Show. I would like to thank Effy for being my special guest. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you next time!